That is your opportunity to take control of your mind, to take control of your focus, to take control of your future. The day you decide to cut out every distraction that weakens your focus is the day everything starts to change. You start seeing progress faster. You start feeling more confident. You start waking up with more energy. You start living with more purpose because now you are not wasting your strength fighting battles that do not matter. There is no secret to high achievement. There is only clear focus applied daily. There is only consistent action fueled by disciplined energy. There is only the relentless removal of anything that tries to pull you off course. That is how dreams are built. That is how lives are transformed. You do not have to be smarter than everyone else. You do not have to be luckier. You do not have to be more talented. But you must be more focused. You must be more disciplined. You must be more determined to protect your time, your energy, your mind. This is your season to be sharper. This is your time to be stricter about what you allow into your life. This is your moment to decide that nothing and no one will pull you away from the future you are building. Cut it out. If it weakens your focus, cut it out. If it steals your time, cut it out. If it drains your energy, cut it out. If it dims your light, cut it out. Your dream deserves your full strength. Your future deserves your full attention. Stay locked in. Stay committed. Stay focused, because the life you want is on the other side of the distractions you are willing to eliminate today. Chapter 6. Own your life without blaming anyone for anything. There comes a moment when you have to make a serious decision about your life. You have to decide whether you are going to keep pointing the finger or whether you are going to take full responsibility for everything you want to change. Until you own your life without blaming anyone for anything, you stay stuck, you stay powerless, you stay behind. The day you own it all is the day you start taking real control over your future. Blame is easy. It feels good for a moment. It makes you believe that your failures are not your fault. It gives you an excuse to stay where you are. But the cost of blame is far too high. When you blame others, you hand them control over your life. When you point fingers, you give away your ability to fix it. As long as it is someone else's fault, you have no power to change it. Owning your life is about taking full responsibility for your decisions, your habits, your mindset, and your outcomes. It is not about blaming yourself harshly. It is about recognizing that you have the power to make new choices starting today. You are not stuck. You are not helpless. You are not broken beyond repair. You are simply standing at a crossroads where ownership will take you forward and blame will hold you back. When you stop blaming, you start building. When you stop making excuses, you start creating solutions. When you stop seeing yourself as a victim, you start acting like a leader. That shift changes everything. Suddenly, the obstacles are not final anymore. The mistakes are not the end anymore. They are lessons. They are tools. They are building blocks for the future you are determined to create. It does not matter how unfair your starting point was. It does not matter what setbacks you faced. It does not matter what someone else did or did not do. What matters now is what you decide to do with it. You cannot rewrite the past, but you can shape the future. You can turn every disadvantage into strength. You can use every failure as training. You can let every setback fuel your drive instead of becoming your excuse. The strongest people you will ever meet are the ones who stopped blaming a long time ago. They do not waste time complaining about how hard it is. They do not sit around wishing things were different. They get up every day and work with what they have. They build, they move forward, they focus on solutions, they take ownership over every part of their journey. Taking ownership means facing uncomfortable truths. It means admitting when you have been lazy. It means recognizing when you have let fear make your decisions. It means seeing clearly where you have fallen short, not to beat yourself up, but to get better. Real change starts with real honesty, not the kind you tell others, the kind you tell yourself when no one else is around. Every time you take responsibility for your life, you take back your power. You stop waiting for someone else to save you. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop wasting time hoping someone else will make it easier. You step into the driver's seat. You start steering your life in the direction you want to go. And that's when things start to shift. Nobody owes you your dream. Nobody is responsible for handing you success. It is your job to show up for yourself every day. It is your job to work through the hard days. It is your job to stay focused when life gets messy. It is your job to keep moving when nobody else is clapping. Your life is your responsibility from start to finish. It might not be your fault that you were knocked down, but it is your responsibility to get back up. It might not be your fault that life was unfair, but it is your responsibility to rise above it. It might not be your fault that someone hurt you, but it is your responsibility to heal and move forward. Responsibility is not about fault, it is about ownership. It is about deciding that no matter what happened, you are still in control of what happens next. You have to let go of the idea that someone else is holding you back. Nobody has that kind of power over you unless you give it to them. Circumstances are real, challenges are real, but so is your ability to rise. So is your ability to adapt. So is your ability to create a new path forward when the old one is blocked. The people who live powerful lives are not the ones who had the easiest path. They are the ones who refused to let anything outside of them decide their future. They are the ones who owned their strengths, owned their weaknesses, owned their choices, and kept building anyway. They are the ones who realized that blaming never built anything worth having. It's easy to find reasons why you are not where you want to be. It's easy to point to other people, to the economy, to your past, but every minute spent blaming is a minute you could have used to make progress. The cost is too high. The trade-off is too painful. You cannot afford to waste your life blaming anyone for anything. Ownership is freedom. When you own your life, you realize that every step forward is in your hands. Every improvement is within your reach. Every level of growth is something you can chase. You stop waiting for things to get easier. You stop hoping someone else will make it better. You step into your own strength and start shaping your own destiny. It is not about being perfect. It is about being responsible. It is about showing up for yourself even when you feel like hiding. It is about putting one foot in front of the other even when you are carrying the weight of past mistakes. It is about believing that your best days are not behind you, but ahead of you. If you are willing to own the path forward, you owe it to yourself to take full ownership of your journey. You owe it to the future version of yourself that is counting on you not to quit. You owe it to every part of you that still believes in something greater. Own your decisions, own your habits, own your mindset, own your outcomes, good or bad, easy or hard, expected or unexpected. Own it all, because the moment you own it all is the moment you gain the power to change it all. Life is not about what happens to you. It is about what you decide to do about it. It is about how you choose to respond. It is about the standards you set for yourself. It is about the effort you bring even when nobody else is looking. There is no stronger foundation you can build than one made of full responsibility. No shortcuts, no excuses, no blame, just ownership, just courage, just relentless forward motion. And if you stay committed to owning your life without blaming anyone for anything, you will build a life so strong that no setback can destroy it. You will build a future so powerful that no outside force can tear it down. This is your life. Own it, live it, build it, without blaming anyone else for where you are, because the power has always been yours. Chapter 7. Push yourself harder when you feel like quitting. There will always come a time when the idea of quitting seems easier than continuing. It doesn't matter how big your dream is. It doesn't matter how strong you started. There will be days when the journey feels heavier than your strength. Those are the days that define you. Those are the moments when your future is decided, because everyone feels like quitting, but
but not everyone chooses to push harder when it happens. The reason most people never reach their full potential is not because they lack talent. It is because when the pressure comes, they retreat. When the discomfort grows, they look for a way out. When it feels like nothing is working, they believe the lie that says it's not worth it anymore. But success does not belong to those who move when it's easy. It belongs to those who keep moving when every part of them wants to stop. You cannot allow temporary feelings to decide your permanent future. Feelings come and go. Some mornings you will wake up full of energy. Some days you will feel tired before you even begin. But your future is not built on how you feel. It is built on how you act when it's hard to act. It is built on the decisions you make when the fire inside you flickers instead of roars. Pushing harder doesn't mean pretending.
It is a signal to dig deeper, to find a new level of strength you did not know you had. When you hit a wall, most people slow down. Most people give up. Most people settle for average. But not you. You must train yourself to see the wall as a challenge, not a stop sign. You must see the struggle as confirmation that you are on the right path. Because real growth only happens when you are stretched beyond what is comfortable. Every champion was once at a breaking point. Every winner once faced a moment where quitting seemed smarter, easier, safer. But they pushed harder. They did not let temporary exhaustion write the ending to their story. They found a way to give just a little more when it felt like they had nothing left. They decided that pain would not have the final word. They decided that difficulty would not be the reason they stopped. You have to be stronger than the voice inside your head that tells you it is not worth it. You have to be wiser than the emotions that beg you to quit. You have to be loyal to your future, not your comfort. Because comfort will lie to you. Comfort will seduce you into giving up everything you have worked for just to feel good in the moment. And every time you choose comfort over commitment, you move further away from the life you deserve. There is a moment in every great pursuit where the easy thing to do is quit. That moment is the gatekeeper between those who dream and those who achieve. If you can push harder at the moment when you want to quit most, you can push through anything. If you can find the strength to take one more step, to give one more ounce of effort, to hold the line for one more day, you will discover a new version of yourself that is unstoppable. The temptation to quit is loud. It tells you that you are wasting your time. It tells you that it is too hard. It tells you that it is not worth it. But the truth is the exact opposite. If it was not worth it, it would not require so much from you. If it was not important, it would not test you this hard. The size of the struggle is proof of the size of the reward on the other side. When you feel like quitting, step back and remember why you started. Remember the vision that set your heart on fire. Remember the promises you made to yourself when you were full of hope. Remember the future you imagined, the one that is still possible if you refuse to quit now. The reason you feel like quitting is because you are closer than you think. It is because the breakthrough is just beyond the exhaustion, just beyond the doubt, just beyond the pain. You must build the habit of pushing yourself one more step beyond where you would normally stop. You must train yourself to go a little further every time you feel the urge to quit. One more rep, one more page, one more call, one more hour. Those extra moments are what separate the average from the great. Those extra moments are where greatness is born. Nobody will do this part for you. Nobody will push for you. Nobody will save you when it gets hard. This is where you save yourself. This is where you rise on your own strength. This is where you prove to yourself that you are serious about your dreams. And once you prove it to yourself, nobody can take it away. Every time you push harder when you feel like quitting, you build something inside you that is priceless. You build mental toughness. You build emotional resilience. You build a character that does not crumble under pressure. You build a foundation strong enough to hold the weight of real success. The people who win are not superhuman. They are simply the ones who kept showing up after they wanted to quit. They are the ones who pushed through one more time. They are the ones who trusted that their future was more valuable than their temporary emotions. They are the ones who made a decision that pain would not scare them away from purpose. You have that same ability inside you. You have that same strength. It is not hidden, it is not locked away. It is waiting for you to choose it when the road gets hard. It is waiting for you to stand up when everything in you wants to sit down. It is waiting for you to keep believing when the world offers every reason to doubt. Do not quit on your future. Do not quit on your potential. Do not quit on the life you have been working so hard to build. Push harder. Push with more belief than you have ever had. Push knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is shaping the person you are becoming. You will never regret pushing through when it mattered most. You will never regret choosing resilience over surrender. You will never bet on yourself when everyone else expected you to fold. But if you quit now, you will carry the weight of wondering what could have been. You will carry the regret of knowing you were closer than you thought. You owe it to yourself to see how far you can go. You owe it to yourself to discover what you are capable of. You owe it to the dream inside you to fight harder when you feel like quitting. This is where it happens. This is where real strength is born. This is where futures are built. Push harder. Hold the line. Keep moving. Your future self will thank you every single day for not quitting when it was hard.
You will be tempted to stop. You will be tempted to change course. You will be tempted to chase faster results elsewhere. But shortcuts always cost you more in the end. When you abandon the process, you abandon the work that was quietly building your strength. When you start over and over again looking for faster ways, you lose the compounding power of consistency. Stay steady. Stay patient. Stay locked into the work you know you must do. Let others chase quick wins. Let others jump from idea to idea. You stay loyal to your process. You stay loyal to your standards. You stay loyal to the vision that was placed in your heart. The invisible seasons are where your character is built. The invisible seasons are where your real strength is forged. The invisible seasons are where the foundation is laid, so that when the success comes, it is built on something that will last. Without the silent seasons, there is no strong harvest. Patience is not passive. Patience is powerful. It is the decision to keep giving your best, even when the applause has not come yet. It is the choice to stay consistent when it feels like nobody is noticing. It is the wisdom to understand that unseen growth is still growth, that unseen progress is still progress, that unseen victories are still victories. Every day you show up is a deposit into your future. Every time you choose discipline over ease, you are investing in a life that will eventually show its reward. You do not have to see the results today to trust that they are on their way. You do not have to feel progress every second to know you are building something great. Trust the work you are doing. Trust the habits you are forming. Trust the character you are shaping. Trust the vision you are protecting. Trust that your time is coming. If you refuse to quit during the silent seasons, the ones who make it are the ones who outlast the invisible days. They are the ones who stay consistent long after the excitement wears off. They are the ones who build quietly while others give up because they cannot see immediate rewards. The future belongs to the patient. The rewards belong to the consistent. The victory belongs to those who trusted their process, even when nothing seemed to change. Keep showing up. Keep doing the work. Keep believing even when the world offers no guarantees. Because you are not working for temporary applause. You are working for a permanent transformation. Stay the course. Trust the process. The invisible work you are doing today is building a future so real and powerful that one day it will be impossible for the world not to see it. Chapter 9.
Stay locked in on your vision until you win. When you start a journey towards something bigger, the world will test you. Distractions will come, doubts will come, obstacles you never expected will show up. It is easy to stay focused when everything is going right. It is harder when things get messy. That is why your vision has to be stronger than your emotions. You must lock into your vision so tightly that nothing can pull you away from it. You must hold your vision with a grip so strong that even the worst days cannot loosen it. Your vision is the picture of the life you are building. It is not something you look at once and forget. It is something you have to keep alive in your mind every single day. If you do not keep it in front of you, life will bury it. The noise will drown it out. The demands of the world will distract you from it. You cannot afford to let that happen. Your vision is your responsibility to protect. Staying locked in on your vision means choosing it again and again. Choosing it when you are tired, choosing it when you are discouraged, choosing it when other opportunities seem easier, choosing it when quitting feels more convenient. Your vision must be the guiding force behind every decision you make. It must direct your time, your energy, your focus, your attitude. Most people do not fail because their dreams were impossible. They fail because they lost sight of their dreams when things got tough. They allowed fear to cloud their vision. They allowed short-term emotions to dictate long-term choices. They allowed outside opinions to shake their inner clarity. If you are serious about winning, you must refuse to let anything outside of you dilute the vision inside of you. You must see it so clearly that it becomes more real than your current reality. You must believe in it so strongly that temporary setbacks cannot shake your faith. You must hold on to it so tightly that even when you are surrounded by people who do not see it, you keep building toward it without hesitation. Your vision must become part of who you are. It cannot just be something you talk about when you feel inspired. It must be something you commit to when you feel nothing at all. When motivation fades, when the road gets long, when the rewards are slow, it is your loyalty to the vision that keeps you moving. Every decision you make either brings you closer to your vision or pulls you further away. There is no neutral ground. Every hour you spend, every conversation you entertain, every habit you cultivate, every action you take, it is either feeding your vision or feeding your distractions. You must decide which one matters more to you. Staying locked in requires discipline. It requires saying no to good things so you can say yes to the best things. It requires ignoring the voices that tell you to settle. It requires rejecting the comfort that tries to slow you down. It requires reminding yourself daily why you started and why it matters. The truth is, people will not always understand your vision. They will question it. They will doubt it. They will try to offer you safer alternatives. You must be able to stand strong when nobody else claps for you. You must be able to walk alone if necessary, because if your belief in your vision depends on the approval of others, you will never reach it. You are not building your dream for applause. You are building it because it is who you are meant to become. You are building it because it is the life you were created to live. You are building it because anything less would be a betrayal of your own potential. There will be days when the gap between where you are and where you want to be feels overwhelming. There will be seasons when progress is so slow that it seems invisible. Those are the times when locking into your vision matters most. Those are the times when you must see with your heart what your eyes cannot yet see. Locking into your vision is not passive, it is active. It is deliberate, it is intentional. It means waking up every morning and setting your mind on the future you are creating. It means guarding your thoughts, guarding your conversations, guarding your environment so that nothing contaminates the clarity of your purpose. You have to become ruthless about what you allow into your mind. Not every voice deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves your energy. Not every distraction deserves your time. You must create an environment that reminds you daily of who you are and where you are going. There will be setbacks, there will be failures, there will be disappointments. That's part of the process. Expect it, prepare for it, but do not allow it to redefine your vision. Do not shrink your dreams to fit temporary circumstances. Do not let short-term pain convince you to abandon long-term greatness. When it gets hard, do not lower your standards. When it gets lonely, do not question your path. When it gets slow, do not doubt your ability. Stay locked in. Stay committed. Stay focused on the life you said you wanted when you were clear, when you were brave, when you knew exactly why it mattered. The ones who win are not the ones who had the fewest problems. They are the ones who refused to be distracted by problems. They are the ones who kept their eyes on the prize even when storms surrounded them. They are the ones who stayed steady while everyone else was shaken. You must become unshakable. You must become immovable. You must become so locked into your vision that no rejection, no failure, no delay can cause you to quit. You must burn the idea into your heart that quitting is not an option, settling is not an option, doubting yourself is not an option. Every day you stay locked in, you are building momentum. Every day you stay focused, you are gaining ground. Every day you stay loyal to your vision, you are separating yourself from the crowd. It might not show today, it might not show tomorrow, but one day the world will see what you refused to stop building. The life you want is on the other side of consistent focus. The dreams you have are on the other side of relentless commitment. The person you are meant to become is waiting on the other side of unwavering belief. You must refuse to be moved by temporary emotions. You must refuse to be distracted by temporary struggles. You must refuse to be pulled away by temporary pleasures. You must hold steady. You must stand tall. You must move forward even if you have to crawl. Stay locked in on your vision until you win. Not until you feel tired, not until it gets bored, not until it gets uncomfortable, until you win, until you are standing inside